couple of things that I am looking at for ThunderTalk. One, Sivir Wave Clear does give you reliable ways to stall out a game, despite many of the skirmisher junglers that have been in meta for so long, sometimes having a longer time to deal with that first dragon of the game. Yep. Thanks to Vi and the fact that she does max percentage HP damage, it's not too bad for her.
No, going to be able to take this one down nice and quickly without the help of any of the laners either. Absolutely. And if they do just want to turn around and go for this fight, it is going to be very easy for them to be able to pull off some sort of snap engage. And I think, good, ThunderTalk, they recognize that this just wasn't going to be their fight. As much as you don't want to give up all three of these grubs without any control over the mid or the top waves, without having yourself that stronger skirmishing power compositionally, you do just have to walk away from this one.
You just have to wonder, why are we stepping up if we already know we're not trying to contest the play?
Yeah, you know you're not going for this play. You have watched your jungler walk towards the top side of the map. I assume Arky would have said, hey, I'm going to go top side. Maybe we can get ourselves a pick right here onto Sarsi. And they're still trying to face check that brush.
And ThunderTalk is starting to swoop in through this red quadrant jungle. I don't think LGD really have any knowledge or vision on it. Feather, Hex flashes in, looks for the pulverize onto two members here, cease and desist, and they get the kill, so that's first blood set up for ThunderTalk. Now Climber tries to re-engage with the Cyclone.
LGD are going to be starting up onto this Herald. Hoya pushing through the bot lane, does have the teleport available, will be looking to get involved, is going to press the teleport now, so this could turn into a pretty big fight.
Hoya has called the Forge God in a few minutes, but the equalizer's pretty nice. That's a nice exit route that is cut off, and the flash forward from Sasa and the big knockup from Climber's Cyclone has put an end to ThunderTalk's early roll. Feat of Warfare secured, and LGD wiped 3 off the map.
And this is the problem with going for these fights at this point in the game. First items have just come through for everybody, and LGD spike way harder on these early power spikes, and they are just going to be in such a stronger position with these ultis as well. It's built for the skirmishes, it's built for these team fights, and ThunderTalk, they just walk way too far up. They're going to lose their mid lane tier 1 tower as well. The gold lead explodes out, and that's even before this Herald is going to be picked up. Massive team fight win right here for LGD.
Are Aki and Satab going to wait for Climber to leave the vicinity first? They do. The stun from both the cease and desist with the Vault Breaker and the Annie Tibbers might be enough damage there. They don't even need the cease and desist. Hell, it was just a full combo from Annie and just a bunch of punching from Aki. You know what also is going down? It's this tier 1 turret on the top side of the map, since LGD are dropping the Rift Herald in exchange for the 3rd dragon of the game. That'll make it 2 to the name of ThunderTalk, but that is first brick awarded to LGD and feats of strength completed.
Up in the top side where he can't really help out in that goal.
Feather caught out by the Magna Storm. Hoya with the call of the Forge God should be able to send at least the knockup onto Sasa, but Savior has turned over to the tank, and now Hoya is going to be forced to flash over, but Savior's still got a Valkyrie, a couple auto attacks, and the burn from Sasa's Leandries is enough to do the job. Otacon has spawned on the top side of the map, and thankfully for ThunderTalk, LGD are going to have to make the long track through. Aki forced to flash away. Not sure what he was trying to do, if he was looking for a quick pick, but now he lost his flash.
Yeah, now you're down by a member, you don't have flash onto your jungler either. It's going to be so much harder to go for a potential steal. And throughout that entire play, Satab did teleport down, so you no longer get some pressure onto the top side of the map. For ThunderTalk, I don't feel like you can just let this one go, but it's going to be so tricky to try to turn this play around.
Yeah, I misspoke. Otacon's actually on the bot side of the map, so it's now worse for ThunderTalk given the situation there. Everyone's flashing over the wall. The equalizer's beautifully plays in the choke point. Climber gets 100-0 by Satab, and that just might save ThunderTalk's chances, but Aki gets dropped, and now the rest of ThunderTalk are trying to keep the Otacon leashed. They're willing to take the flip because neither team has a jungler, and they're feeling pretty damn good about their chances now that Hoya has joined the fray. Feather also has unsealed spellbook, so he can use the smite to secure it, which is why Savior is looking for this cow, trying to take him out of the fight before the smite advantage is even used. Good knockup from Hoya, stalls it out, but they're looking for Feather. YCX goes in, Sasa flashing in, the flame spitter turned on to 11. YCX gets dropped, but they lose 1 extend. That's a lot of their damage gone, and now Feather has to play hero. He has to hide in fog, but LGD knows better than to try and tempt fate on this one.
Who right here?
Oh, I'm ready, Bloxer. I just had to take a sip of good old H2O and get the throat all unparched. But now ThunderTalk, hopefully they are ready for the second round. Satab is able to escape from the equalizer. Not a lot of damage, but it might set up for a play onto Satab. Good punt by Feather. Keeps Climber away from the Annie. 2-man knockup from the call of the Forge God might set up a play. 3-man knockup from Hoya in the jungle. Here comes the hero's entrance looking for a counter engage with the big knockup. Aki to at least trade one onto Climber, and there's no jungler available, but ThunderTalk are gonna lose everybody instead, and it's the ace for LGD at 23 minutes.
Yep, and things have gone long enough that you can also pick yourself up a Drake on the back end of this fight. An absolute win right here for LGD, and it looked a little bit risky right at the start. Sarsi drops the equalizer very early on. It doesn't really do too much, but unfortunately for ThunderTalk, Setab, he goes for the full combo onto YCX, who's already jumped into the crashdown, is able to get away, doesn't take all of that damage, and now you're losing out onto that big bit of burst.
ThunderTalk are not out of this game yet, but they are starting to run out of time before LGD can just take the snowball and run them over.
And it's Feather constantly stood on a ward, looking for these angles. It makes me quite worried that he's going to get jumped. As you said, the Unbreakable Will does go a long way towards finding a bit of extra safety. ThunderTalk, they try to get themselves priority over this mid wave. They are going to manage it, but can they get away?
Three-man Magnastorm. There's the Cyclone right on top of it. Hoya doesn't even get a chance to cast. Call the Forge God for the knockup, and Savior gets the free hit. Everyone like it's shooting fish in a barrel. Setab will eventually fall to one last Q stun from YCX. That fight and setup was gorgeous from LGD.
And that's the thing, ThunderTalk, they want priority over the mid-wave, but I wasn't sure they were going to get away. I didn't think it was going to be quite that level of an engage from YCX, but there's a reason that we highlighted this player. Beautiful right there on the Magnet Storm, and now it's all on ThunderTalk to find a little bit of a steal right here. Arky over the wall, he knows what the Baron health is, he might be able to do this.
Flash, flash, flash. Does he have it? Oh, not in time. Climber secures it, and Aki's on a one-way trip without the flash. And LGD now take Baron at 30 minutes.
And now you lose out onto your jungler for the next 40 seconds, so ThunderTalk need to be careful to not lose the Baron and the Drake. The turnaround, though, potentially here. 1xN, he's hitting.
XQW might have set up the bait for Salsa. Here he comes. Flame Spitter turned up to full firepower. That's a double for the Rumble. It's a triple for a Rumble. 8-0 and 5. This Salsa Rumble has been cooking ThunderTalk all game long.
It absolutely has. It's 3-0 coming into today. It looks like it's going to be 4-0 at the end of this one. Now, LGD looking to crack open the base. They've got a couple of low health bars, and the respawns will be coming through in a couple of seconds' time. They're not going to be able to win the game right now, but LGD, they are in complete control of this one. Losing out on that team fight, though, cost them that mid lane inhibitor. It cost them a ton of extra gold over to LGD. Like you said, it exploded the gold lead up to a 10k advantage. It's just so rough out here. It looks like ThunderTalk are just about going to be able to pick up their first tower of the game. 6 already grabbed here by LGD.
Just burn him to a crisp as 1xN gets dropped below 50% HP. He's no longer getting a chance to participate in this fight. LGD just ripped through that inhibitor tower. This third inhibitor on the bottom side of the map will be the next one to fall. They still have a full top lane of structures to take out, but LGD might just try and finish the game with this push.
Yeah, it just doesn't matter at this point what ThunderTalk try. They're going to go for one last desperate bit of an engage, but the taunt immediately lands. Arky is just going to pay for this one with his life, and this looks like it should be the end.
Oh boy, those gauntlets get put down into the dirt. Setab going to be next. A two-man taunt lands from XQW once again, and it's down to Hoya and 1xN to hold the line, but that line is crumbling down. LGD going to pick up another ace in the base of ThunderTalk and take game 1 of the series.
Okay, gonna end in a quadra kill for Climber as well. Huge game right here.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.